Guys, today we will be dealing with binomial theorem in this video. To start with, let us see a pattern. That is something like this. A plus b whole square will give you a square plus 2ab plus b square, right? Similarly, you must be knowing the formula for a plus b whole cube also. Most of you, I mean. That is a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube, right? Now if I ask you to know the formula for a plus b to the power 4, things start getting little tricky. But anyways, let me show you something. I can write a direct formula for a plus b to the power 4 without actually remembering it. That is a to the power 4 plus 4 a cube b plus 6 a square b square plus 4 ab cube plus b to the power 4. Now guys, how am I able to accomplish this without actually remembering the formula? Now if you see, there is a pattern to a plus b whole square, a plus b whole cube, a plus b whole to the power 4. The pattern is that we have terms like a square, 2ab and b square, and we see that as we proceed forward, the power of a is decreasing while the power of b is increasing. For example, this first term here can be rewritten as a square b to the power 0. Second term can be rewritten as 2 a to the power 1 b to the power 1, and third term can be rewritten as b square a to the power 0. Now if you see, the power of a has decreased from 2, 1, 0. Power of b has increased from 0, 1 and 2. So there is a pattern. Let's see if we observe the same pattern in a plus b whole cube also. In a plus b whole cube, I see the power of a is 3, then it goes down to 2, then to 1 and finally 0. On the other hand, b grows from b to the power 0, b to the power 1, b to the power 2 and now b cube. So yes, the pattern stays in a plus b whole cube. Similarly, a plus b whole to the power 4, the pattern stays a to the power 4, a cube, a square, a, b to the power 4. Similarly, b to the power 0, b to the power 1, b to the power 2, b cube and b to the power 4. Now suppose, based on this observation, if I ask you to write a formula for a plus b whole to the power 5, you shall at least be able to write something like this: a to the power 5, then something like a to the power 4 b to the power 1 plus a cube b square plus a to the power 2 b cube plus a b to the power 4 plus b to the power 5. What you still don't know is the coefficients. For example, here it was 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Here it was 1, 3, 3, 1. But the respective coefficients of the different terms. Here it was 1, 2, 1. But we don't actually know the coefficients of these terms. So there comes our second part. Okay. So now we have to find these coefficients as we were trying to do. Now what if I say that the coefficients for these are something like this: 5c0, 5c1, 5c2, going on till 5c3, 5c4 and 5c5. Now see what I have done. I have just copied this 5 here, put a big C, and then just change the counting from 0 till 5. 5 C 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Right? Now the coefficients to convert these expressions 5C0, 5C1, 5C2 and so on into numbers, there is a very set formula. Something like NCR is expressed as n factorial upon n minus r whole factorial into r factorial. Going by this formula, 5C3 will become 5 factorial upon 5 minus 3 factorial into 3 factorial. That will in turn become 5 factorial by 3 factorial into 2 factorial. Now for those of you who are not aware of factorial, factorial is something like this. 5 factorial will be represented as 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That is reverse counting till 1. And you multiply all the numbers which fall in that reverse counting. So 5 factorial becomes 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 3 factorial becomes 3 into 2 into 1. And 2 factorial becomes 2 into 1. So finally what we get is 5 into 4 by 2 into 1, which is 10. So the value of 5C3 is 10. Going by the similar logic, we will be able to calculate 5C1 equal to 5, 5C2 equal to 10, 5C3 equal to 10, 5C4 equal to 5. Right? Now, why is 5C0 and 5C5 so special? Because see, in 5C0 we get 5 factorial upon 0 factorial into 5 factorial. So now is 0 going by the definition of factorial, 0 factorial should be 0. So we are dividing something by 0, which is an error. So that's why we create an exception for 0 factorial and we write 0 factorial as 1. Now 5C0 can be easily defined as 5 factorial upon 1 into 5 factorial, which leads to the value 1. So 5C0 is 1. Similarly, 5C5 is also equal to 1. One more pattern which we see in this factorials is that the first and last, that is 1 and 1, are same, then second and second last are same, third and third last are same. So this is true for any kind of factorial. The only difference comes in when we are dealing with an even number. Well, what I mean by even number is that, see, here we are dealing with 5, which is an odd number, so we have 6 such expressions. So there is a perfect symmetry with first 3 having values 1, 5 and 10 and last 3 having values 1, 5 and 10. As opposite to this, if we are dealing with an even number like 4C0, 4C1, 4C2, 4C3, 4C5, sorry, then we have got 5 expressions. In this case, first expression will be 1, last will again be 1, second will be 4, second last will again be 4, while the third one will be 6, but it doesn't have a contemporary from backwards, so it is unique. That's the only difference when we are dealing with odd numbers or even numbers. Otherwise, We don't even need to calculate say 4C3 and 4C4 because they will be similar to 4C1 and 4C0. Now coming back to these numbers, now I substitute this 1a to the power 5 plus 5a to the power 4b plus 10a cube b square plus 10a square b cube, then 5a b to the power 4 and 1 b to the power 5. So that gives me expansion of a plus b to the power 5. Similarly, in any expansion, say a plus b to the power 8, a plus b power 10, I can directly write the expansion by first writing the variables, that is a to the power 5, a to the power 4, b to the power 1, and then determining the constants or the coefficients based on this formula of 5C0, 5C1, 5C2, 5C3, 5C4, 5C5. For instance, for a plus b whole to the power 9, variables will be like a to the power 9, then power of a keeps decreasing till a to the power 0. Power of b starts from b to the power 0 and then keeps increasing 1, 2, 3 till 9. While the constants will be something like this: 9C0, 9C1, so on till 9C9. So this is what our binomial theorem is. I would like to end with the statement of binomial theorem after having you explained this. So the final definition of binomial theorem is that an expression a plus b whole to the power n, where n is a natural number, can be expressed as nc0 a to the power n plus nc1 a to the power n minus 1 b to the power 1 plus nc2 a to the power n minus 2 b square, so on till nc n minus 1 a to the power 1 b to the power n minus 1 plus ncn p to the power n. So as an exercise, I would leave it to you to find this a plus b to the power 7 equal to what? Thank you. This is MIDP binomial theorem video.